Raider running back, Hall of Famer, also with the Chiefs, a USC Trojan, and good to see you again. We always notice people's shoes when they come on for some reason, and my guys noticed the shoes you had on. You're looking clean today.
Thank you, Jack.
Black on black on black, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So you got your Raider color on?
Yeah, well, it looks that way.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
That's by accident there? That wasn't by design? You got your Raider colors on?
Do they wear all black on Thursday night? What color did they wear? I think they wore all white, didn't they? Yeah.
I thought they were.
This is what I guess what they all black uniforms would look like on Thursday night. So
I thought they did white on white with silver.
Yeah.
Silver.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should try black on black now. So.
Well, if they move to Vegas, then they can do black on black.
It appears though they're leaning that way.
Do you like that possibility?
Well, I'd like for teams to remain where they are. Two teams in particular. I grew up in San Diego, guys. Born and raised. I went to Balboa Stadium to watch my first game. That was before San Diego Stadium.
Wow.
That was before Jack Murphy. That was before Qualcomm. I played in a halftime of a Charger game when I think it was John Hadle and those guys. Lance All were playing back in those days. And my dad worked on the stadium, so I got fond memories. And I always thought that the Chargers would always be a part of the fabric of San Diego.
Were you a Charger fan?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, Lance Allworth was one of my favorite players, but I also liked Oakland, and I also liked the Chiefs. And the AFL, the new league at that time was explosive, and it was exciting, and Sid Gilman and throwing the ball and all those things were great.
How many yards did you rush for your senior year in high school?
High school?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was a quarterback, so I didn't really I was more interested in my throwing stats.
How was your arm?
My arm was pretty good. I mean, I wasn't very accurate, but I had a strong arm. I was actually more accurate in the pros than I was
How many touchdown passes did you throw in the NFL?
6.
Wow. Pretty impressive.
I was 12 for 27. I was really upset because I had quite a few drops.
Oh, of course you did.
But my quarterback rating, I think, you guys got to check this. I'm not quite sure, but it's 106.
Oh, it is?
I think, yeah. I think it is. So I'm pretty proud of that.
How many schools could you have gone to play quarterback?
I don't think I really made a distinction of playing the quarterback. I was really a defensive player. That's what I really wanted to do. And I don't know if you know the story, Dan. What happened was in high school, I wanted to be Jack Tatum. I wanted to hit people, and the coach wanted me to play quarterback. We didn't have one, and he says, Marcus, you're the best athlete on the team, and we need you to play quarterback. And I didn't want to play, but I went under center anyway, and I took the snaps. I took 8 of them and fumbled every single one of them on purpose, and he kicked me off the team. Now, I was the best player in San Diego, and I said, this guy's crazy. My dad is going to be irate. He's going to be, right?
Yeah.
And so my dad shot me when I got home and told him, he says, well, that's between you two. And so he didn't rescue me, which was one of the greatest things that ever happened. And so I had to go back and apologize. And I said, can I come back on the team, coach? And he said, yes. So I played quarterback. And as a result of playing quarterback and running the ball, I was recruited by SC as a defensive back. And to my great fortune, all the running backs behind Charlie White were hurt. They didn't have anybody, so they asked me to come over to play, and that's how it happened.
And so you were a fullback for a couple of years?
Oh, just 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
After my the sophomore year. And then I got the chance to play. John Robinson, one of my favorite coaches of all time, because he changed my life. He really did.
How much doubt did you have being a running back, like being able to do that?
Well, I had some doubt going in because I really never played it. I never played the position. I played it, I shouldn't say never, but I played it once in Pop Warner when I was 11. And other than that, I was on defense. And so there was a little bit of doubt, but I thought.
Because normally we'll take an offensive player and you can make him a defensive player. If you could be a defensive back if you were a wide receiver.
I was a good athlete though. I mean, and so I was. It was going to just take some knowledge, and a little time, a little bit of effort on my part, a lot of work and stuff. But I thought I could make the transition pretty well.
What is that feeling like when you get the ball and that hole opens?
Well, I try to explain it to people. If you ever get a running back and you ask him, what were you thinking on that play, and he actually gives you an answer other than I don't know, he's full of it. Because the reality is, you just do it. It's just instinctive. And the true answer is, I don't know. And you should just get out your own way, because that's what happens. It just reacts. You just react to what's in front of you, and you just do these things instinctively. And I go, we would go back on Monday to review the films, and guys would say, how did you do that? And I would say, I don't know. And I would squeeze through holes that were like this big, and the only explanation I have is that I was born the year of the rat. and that would be the Chinese year of the rat. So.
But then that explains your run against the Redskins in the Super Bowl. Right? You can't explain it.
You can't explain it. You can't explain it, because I had the best night's sleep I could ever have. I came to the stadium, guys, and I didn't know any better. It was my first Super Bowl. So most guys, they take the cab or they jump on a bus. I took my rent-a-car. We had rent-a-cars, right? And so I pulled up to the stadium and I said, excuse me, where do the players park? And the attendant said, well, do you have a parking pass? And I said, no. He said, well, you can't get in. I said, miss, seriously, I'm playing with the Raiders. I'm playing in today's game.
You didn't have your uniform on, did you?
No. And she says, I said, I don't care. If you don't have a parking pass, you can't get in. And I was with my teammate, Otis McKinney. I backed the car up, pulled it against the curb. This is a true story. And I looked at him. He looked at me. He grabbed his bag. I grabbed mine. We took off running to the locker room. And to this day, I don't know what happened to that rent-a-car. It is a true story.
And you had a pretty good game.
And I had a great game. And I fumbled the ball the first play of the game. And the ball rolled away in front of me in slow motion. And I even saw like the roselle on it. You know what I mean? And I looked at it like it was in I think it was Frank Hawkins jumped on it. And I looked at it, it was no big deal. And I just was like floating that entire game. And then on the third quarter, it was like, you hear, was it John Bacinda, I think it is? Along came Marcus Allen running into the net.
And along came Marcus Allen.
And it was just time travel.
Can you stay for another segment?
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus joining us on behalf of K Jewelers. We'll talk about that coming up. We'll continue with Marcus Allen right after this on the Dan Patrick Show. Marcus Allen staying with us here on behalf of K Jewelers in celebration of the 18-year partnership with St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Marcus is asking everyone to post a video singing the famous jingle, Every Kiss Begins with K.
Every kiss begins with K.
That was my next question. Fritzy,
Nice.
Fritzy, you want to see if you can one-up Marcus here? Let me.
Every kiss begins with K.
Yes, I like that. Hey, come on, guys. Come on, chime in.
Oh,
No. Listen here. We're doing it for the kids, man. This is a fantastic program.
Sing for St. Jude. Donation to trigger a $100 donation to St. Jude's up to $50,000.
$50,000.
Got a lovely voice, Marcus.
And, well, thank you very
Nicely
much,
done.
guys, and all you viewers out there.
Can you sing?
I just want you to know that I have right of first refusal.
Oh, you do?
If you guys sound great, I may sign you and start a record label. So, all right, let's. Can I sing? Of course I can sing.
Like what? Like what's your go-to if we go karaoke?
I don't know. The Motown stuff.
Like what?
I don't know. Do you want to sing Ebony and Ivory? Ebony and Ivory, here together in perfect harmony.
Am I the ivory part of this? Wait.
Of course you are.
Okay.
Come on.
I didn't know. I'm extreme ivory. It's ebony and extreme ivory.
Come on, Paul.
Ivory.
Come on, Paul. Sing.
Paulie can't sing.
Paul McCartney.
Fritzy can.
We all know that people are the same wherever you go.
Let me tell you what. What is the expression? Sing like nobody's listening. There you go.
Yeah. It's like
there you go.
dance like nobody's watching.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you got any rhythm?
Come on, man.
What?
Wait.
Did you ever celebrate?
Wait. No, I didn't.
Never celebrate.
No, and I.
Maybe that's why I didn't know there was.
Okay,
rhythm.
that's fair then.
Like Barry Sanders.
No,
doesn't have any rhythm.
The way I ran, though, you don't say that's rhythm.
But Barry Sanders didn't have any rhythm. He told me he didn't have rhythm.
He didn't?
No, but he ran like he had rhythm.
Yeah, he was poetry in motion, that's for sure. Barry was one of my favorite running backs of all time.
What do you think
love
of
watching him.
the running back class now? These guys, the positions change.
My favorite is Le'Veon, and for a multitude of reasons, because he's great, but he's also tall. And because we put ourselves in a different category, guys, because we always say it's easy to be a short running back. I mean, those guys hide behind the line of scrimmage. There's less body to hit. If you're tall, you're 6'3". I mean, I was looking eye to eye to the defensive lineman. And just think of Le'Veon or Dickerson or Chuck Muncie, who was 6'4". I mean, you can't hide. There's a lot more body to hit, so we felt like you had to be, better and more versatile and quicker feet and all those different things. So, I mean, that's just amongst ourselves. We do that. We put ourselves in a different category.
But Dickerson ran in a way that nobody has ever run. Like, nobody runs like that. He runs like Michael Johnson ran the 200 meters.
You're absolutely right. He
straight up.
He almost started low, and then he would, obviously when they hit that hole and then there was an opening, he just kind of he rose. Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch.
Best running back you ever saw?
I like Barry. I mean, I like all of them. There's, I love. There's a ton of guys, but
how about
Barry
this? Who
was
could you not figure out? Like, how is that guy good? Did you ever have one of those where I go, I don't know how, because we see this guy's. Sometimes you'll see somebody play basketball, and you go, I don't know how he's doing it, but he does it.
No,
you never had that?
No. I mean, I would buy a ticket to watch a lot of guys play, but I would really buy several tickets to watch Barry Sanders play. I mean, he was the one guy that made, and when you do things yourself, you go it's not a big deal, but he was the one guy that would make everybody go, wow, that was great. And he did it with not a lot of help. I said Barry probably ran behind the line of scrimmage for more yards than anybody in the history of the game. So if you include that and what's beyond the line of scrimmage, I mean, he's, it's an incredible job.
We don't always look at this at other positions. We do at the quarterbacking position of your legacy attached to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But you had an iconic run in the Super Bowl, and you won a Super Bowl beating the Redskins. But the importance of that to your Hall of Fame career is what?
Well, I mean, it's like you said, it is a part of it. And for me personally, I really enjoyed this time of the year because you're always a part of the landscape. And everybody wants to go to the Super Bowl, but to be fortunate enough to have the game that you want to have on that particular day is just it's amazing.
But we don't hold other positions accountable for not winning a Super Bowl the way we do quarterbacks.
Well, I always believe that quarterbacks get a lot of credit.
Too much credit.
Yeah, they certainly deserve credit, but then they get too much when things don't go well. I mean, we look at Tom, and for example, and everybody talks about, the debate about who's the greatest quarterback in the world. They both, I love Joe and I love Tom. I think both of them are great, so I'm not even going to get in that argument. But can you fault Tom for the two losses that they were in? I mean, if David Tyree doesn't make that incredible catch and stuff like that, I mean, they win again. And if they, there was a pass that was incomplete that a player should have caught, if he makes that catch, the game's over. So he's, what? How many games he's in already? 6? So he's 6-0. So.
But you wouldn't pick between Joe or Tom, huh?
I picked Joe because I played with Joe, and I know how.
But you and Tom are from San Diego.
No, he's from Northern California.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think he's from Northern California.
Oh, that's right. He's a Niner fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
But guys, I was in the huddle with Joe. And I played with him at the sunset of his career, and he was awesome. So I can only imagine how great he was when he was young.
Yeah.
And the best thing about him, and I was asked this question about the kid from USC, Sam Darnold. And I said, forget about his athletic skills and his ability. His demeanor is just amazing. The entire game I watched him on the sideline, guys, he never changed. They scored 28 unanswered points.
This is the Penn State game?
Yes, and he just stayed the same. His expression didn't say, nothing was a big deal, and Joe was the same way. No matter what the situation was, no matter how far we were behind, we knew we were going to come back and win because I looked at him, and he never blinked.
Yeah. We have an I-Team report on Marcus's career. Is that right, Paul?
Yeah, I just got a call from Budget Rental Car. Marcus Allen owes $96,000 from Super Bowl 18.
I love the fact that he parked a rental car there, and you still don't know what happened to that rental car.
That's a true story. Yeah, and I thought about that too, but then I figured somebody would just pick it up. But thank God it was pre 9/11, and
that's a commercial
because they would have shut down the entire game, and they would have cleared out the parking lot and the whole 9 yards.
My thanks to K Jewelers. Do you want to give us the pitch again and maybe give us a little singing there?
Every kiss begins with K.
He's Marcus Allen, Hall of Famer. Back after this with the Dan Patrick Show.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.